Good time to do a check on how European markets are faring in trade today. Not a great start, and we're joined now live on the phone line by Kathleen Brook, Research Director at Forex.com, with her view on the European markets. Afternoon, Kathleen. Going into this week, do you think Spain will be the big cue as far as European markets are concerned? Does that remain the big worry?
Absolutely, and I mean we've seen it today. The Spanish stock market is down 2% already, so it's getting beaten down as investors really focus on Spain. Obviously, the Prime Minister lost or didn't get enough seats in a key regional election over the weekend, which again just further causes uncertainty for investors.
Kathleen, then also, what about crude? Do you think that's going to be a key factor as well, driving European equities in the near term?
Well, I think it's been interesting. The crude price has risen higher, but it hasn't had a huge impact on stocks. Stocks have been moving higher alongside the rise in crude price. Now, some worry that that's not going to be sustainable, but in our view, actually, as long as that doesn't impact inflation anytime soon, then that should be sustainable in the short term. Longer out, so the further we look out, the stronger the crude price, the more likely it is to weigh on stocks, not just in the UK and Europe, but also globally.
Kathleen, there are some newspaper reports like the Financial Times indicating that perhaps Angela Merkel is now going to allow bigger European firewall. How are the markets reading into these news reports?
Interestingly enough, the markets have taken it all kind of in their stride. There hasn't been a massive reaction either in the euro or the European stock markets to those headlines. I think the big problem is that yes, Germany seems to be softening on its stance to merge the EFSF and the ESM to make a bigger Eurozone rescue fund. However, they only want to do it temporarily, and I think some people in the markets feel like a much bigger rescue firewall needs to be in place permanently, and Germany's not on board with that yet. So that's why we've seen the muted impact in the market, we believe.